Kelly and Mark host live. One of the experiences Kelly Ripa and her husband, Mark Consuelos, talked about with the children looked embarrassing. Although Lola, 22, Joaquin, 21, and Michael, 27, are now adults, the memories will always be there. Real time, the children are on Kelly Ripa's ABC talk show. Sometimes the kids go on the morning chat program with their parents. But these days, it doesn't occur that frequently. Joaquin is sweating the books, Lola has been in the UK, and Michael is occupied with work on The Real Housewives. Their parents spoke about them even though they weren't in the studio recently. Lola was the only one of Kelly Ripa's children with whom she undoubtedly created memories. She frequently lamented that her mother made fun of her on social media. Her favorite thing to do when Mark Consuelos was away filming was flirt with him. The host of Live with Kelly and Mark also revealed to her viewers that Lola had once seen her parents having sex. Fortunately for Lola, that was not the subject of the new memory narrative. Real-time recalling mortifying memory, Kelly Ripa, Mark Consuelos, and Kelly frequently go over the news items on Live with Kelly and Mark. He decided to discuss an action news story on ABC 30 about a woman who was fined $88,000 for gathering clams. When she brought the children to the beach, they collected what they believed to be seashells. The fine was later lowered to $500. But Live Kelly was uncomfortable, according to Monsters and critics. According to the site, Kelly Ripa had already gone afoul of the law for the same reason. On Long Island, Kelly once tried clamming, but she was promptly shut down because she needed a license, Kelly told the crowd. Another memory from the children's early years was brought back by the story. It was from Mark Consuelos, and his wife felt embarrassed by it. He described how, one day when they took the children to the beach, seabirds began dive-bombing them for no apparent reason. Then, a man came up to Kelly Ripa's family and begged them to leave those birds alone. The hosts of Live with Kelly and Ryan later revealed that they had met the man via a common friend. They grew close, and Mark chuckled about it. But embarrassed Kelly Ripa detests thinking about it. "Have you ever felt embarrassed by the beach's fauna?" she asked. "Did you know that you need to understand the distinction between common seashells and clams? How about the birds? Feel free to share your embarrassing beach memories. For all of your Live with Kelly and Mark news after that, return here." Kelly Ripa has never shied away from sharing the hilariously human moments of her life. Whether it's on Live with Kelly and Mark or in interviews, she has an uncanny ability to take the most awkward stories and spin them into comedy gold. But when it comes to her kids, Michael, Lola, and Joaquin, the talk show host admits there's one particular memory that still makes her cringe every time she thinks about it. And of course, in classic Kelly fashion, she didn't hold back when she told the tale live on air. The setup. It began like most Ripa family stories do, with Kelly trying her best to be the cool mom and somehow ending up the complete opposite. During Monday's taping of Live, Kelly and her husband, co-host Mark Consuelos, were bantering about parenting when Kelly suddenly let slip a confession that had the entire studio audience groaning and laughing in equal measure. "You know," she began, leaning toward the crowd with that mischievous grin, "sometimes you think you're the fun parent. You think, I've got this, I'm relatable, I understand my kids, and then you realize you've become their greatest nightmare." Mark raised his eyebrows knowingly. "Oh, are we talking about that time?" Kelly sighed dramatically, burying her face in her hands. "Yes, that time. The mortifying moment. The day I died inside." The crowd leaned in. Mark smirked. And Kelly launched into the memory. The story. It happened when all three of the Ripa Consuelos kids were still living at home. Kelly had just returned from a long day at work and decided she wanted to surprise them. Her idea: blast some music through the speakers and show off her very impressive dance moves. "I thought it would be hilarious," Kelly told the audience. "You know, like, walk in with a little Beyoncé, a little J-Lo, just give them a show. I mean, I dance every morning in the kitchen when I'm making coffee, so why not share the magic?" The magic, however, was not received the way she expected. Kelly reenacted the scene for viewers. She stormed into the living room, hair still teased from television cameras, strutting like she was on the Grammy stage. She hit play on the speaker, Beyoncé's Crazy in Love, booming through the house, and started moving. I was like, bam, 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 she said, flailing her arms and swiveling her hips on stage to demonstrate. I gave them choreography. I gave them a performance. I gave them life. The audience roared with laughter as she spun around, recreating the exact moment of peak mom confidence. And then, she continued, voice dropping low for dramatic effect. I noticed the looks on their faces. The horror. Michael, the oldest, was apparently the first to speak. Mom, stop. Please, you're going to hurt yourself. Lola, the queen of savage one-liners, was less kind. According to Kelly, her daughter groaned, you look like you're being electrocuted. The youngest, Joaquin, didn't say a word. He simply got up, grabbed his backpack, and walked out of the room as if he had never seen this woman before in his life. I swear to you, Kelly said, clutching her chest as if reliving the trauma, my son disowned me in real time. He chose witness protection over watching me dance. Mark couldn't resist jumping in. She was energetic, he teased, carefully avoiding the word embarrassing. But I've seen that dance. It was like a cross between a Zumba class and a fire drill. Kelly shot him a glare. You're supposed to defend me. I am, Mark replied, laughing. I'm defending the integrity of dance as an art form. The fallout. The kids, Kelly admitted, never let her live it down. For weeks afterward, whenever she tried to offer advice, Lola would interrupt with, remember when you tried to dance? Sit down, Beyoncé. I lost all parental authority in that moment, Kelly told the audience. I could say, eat your vegetables, and they'd just start humming Beyoncé under their breath. Completely undermined. The worst part, she confessed, was that she wasn't trying to embarrass them. She genuinely thought they'd laugh and join in. But here's the thing about kids, Kelly mused. They do not want their parents to be fun. They want us to be boring. They want us to stay in our lane. You're allowed to drive them places, buy them snacks, and pay for college tuition. But God forbid you dance in your own living room. The audience erupted into applause, clearly relating to the universal truth. A lesson learned, sort of. Mark tried to frame the story as a teachable moment, noting, at least now you know to keep the dancing between us. But Kelly wasn't so sure. Oh no, she said defiantly. The moral of the story is, I will dance again, just maybe not in front of them. Or, maybe especially in front of them. She winked at the camera. Embarrassing your kids is a rite of passage. And if I have to sacrifice my dignity to achieve that, then so be it. Mark groaned, already predicting the next performance. Audience reactions. Fans quickly took to social media after the episode aired, sharing their own mortifying parent stories. One viewer tweeted, Kelly Ripa dancing to Beyoncé is exactly the kind of mom energy I aspire to. Her kids will thank her one day. Another wrote, Lola saying her mom looked electrocuted is the most teenager thing I've ever heard. And of course, some defended Kelly wholeheartedly. Kids don't get it. One day they'll realize having a mom who dances around the house is the best kind of mom. Why the moment still matters for Kelly. The memory may still sting a little, but it also reminds her of the joy and absurdity of parenting. Our job as parents is to embarrass them, she said toward the end of the segment. If you're not embarrassing your kids at least once a week, you're doing it wrong. She then leaned over to Mark with a mischievous grin and whispered, Next week, I'm bringing the choreography to live. Full routine, costume, and everything. Mark pretended to look horrified, but the audience cheered wildly at the idea. Whether or not she makes good on the promise, one thing is certain, Kelly Ripa knows how to take a mortifying family moment and turn it into a hilarious story that fans and her kids will never forget. Conclusion. Kelly Ripa's mortifying dance performance may have sent her kids running for cover, but it's just another chapter in the ever-entertaining saga of her family life. From savage one-liners by Lola to Michael's dry wit and Joaquin's silent escapes, the Ripa Consuelos household is proof that even celebrities face the universal truth of parenthood. Kids will always find a reason to be embarrassed by their parents. And if you're Kelly Ripa, you might just tell the whole world about it on live TV, because if you can't laugh at yourself, what's the point?